So, Huff, welcome back to New York. A lot of people don't realize that you're born and raised here. You want to explain exactly where?
So yeah, I grew up in New York City. I grew up on 23rd and 1st in Peter Cooper Stuyvesant town.
You and Keenan's been friends forever from day one. How you guys met each other?
I really don't even remember how we met. It was kind of like, you know, New York was like we'd all go to spots and you would just meet new people every day, I felt like.
Right.
And there was just something with Keenan, like I might have met him at the Banks, I might have met him at Skate NYC or somewhere. I don't even know where I met him, but we just started hanging out and we connected and we would just always skate together. And I think we were really like challenging each other because we connected a lot. And then we were like, you do a kickflip, I do a kickflip, you do a tray flip. You know, it just kept on like we were buddies that just had a lot of inner competition.
Yeah, you guys were like bosom buddies. It was crazy, inseparable. It was like Keenan and Huff and Keenan.
Yeah, and then we basically made all of our sponsor me tapes together. I was skating one day at Fuji Building, and Shrugi showed up, and I think I was waiting for Keenan, and I was just skating, and he was like, man, I want to send you some thunders and spits. And I was like, yeah, and my friend Keenan, I'm gonna send the tape of both of us. You know, and then we sent it, and he hooked us up.
How did the Chocolate Keenan Huff collaboration come together?
I mean, pretty much, we've been talking with Rick and Mike about doing a chocolate collab forever, and so we started the process of doing the chocolate collab, like designing and everything. For me, I wanted to always do something for Keenan, and this was like a big opportunity for us to add in something for Keenan because. There was a long period where no one really wanted to do anything with Keenan's name on it because there was a lot of bad past of Chocolate and Girl getting sued and all these things using Keenan's name. And I ended up talking to Hannah, Keenan's sister, and we talked and we met up in LA. And then she was like, I was like, I really want to do something with Keenan's images and his name. And she was like, you have my blessing to do it. You know, she was talking to me about building a foundation for Keenan. And I was like, you should do it. You're his blood. You're the one. And then now she's starting a Keenan Forever Foundation. Right now, you know, it's at its very early stages. So it's going to be right now educating people about Keenan, and then where the money will go and what it will support is kind of something that's being worked on right now. You know, It's going to support skateboarding. It's going to support art. And, you know, Hannah's going to be in charge of that, but then with a lot of our help, we're going to help direct it. So it's going to have some, you know, similarities to the Harold Hunter Foundation, but it'll be a totally different foundation also.
So, you got sponsored, and then you moved out west. How did that feel?
For me, I think, you know, growing up in New York in the 70s, 80s, 90s and skating, I always felt when I was growing up here that all the skateboarding was in the West Coast. I really felt like, you know, it was what was being shown to us through the magazines, through the videos we were getting. And it was 1992. My parents left. They moved out to Portland, Oregon. I definitely didn't want to move there. And I applied for college in San Francisco because at that time, what I was seeing on the videos was all San Francisco. Everything was Embarcadero, and there was such a humongous scene there that I chose San Francisco, and I went to college in San Francisco. And I pretty much went to college for like 6 months, quit, and just skated.
Did it help you because Embarcadero was more like the Brooklyn Banks? Everyone was hanging out with that?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it was even crazier than the Banks because it was like every single day I felt like there was 100 people skating, and it was like all the sickest pros that I would watch growing up. You know, it was like Rick Howard's there, Shawn Sheffy's there. I mean, Mike Carroll's there every single day. You know, James Kelch is there harassing people and doing all that shit. Like it was a crazy scene. And for me, coming from New York, I was like, I wasn't really super intimidated, but I was like showing my shit, but also like being like kind of quiet and just do my shit and hang out and be out. Like I wasn't like trying to make too much of a scene, but enjoying the skate spot. And there was like 1,000 spots around there that the San Francisco kids would just stay at Embarcadero, but there was all these spots within like 10 blocks, and they were amazing spots. And all of us New Yorkers would just be like, fuck it, we go hit that spot, hit that spot. So we were like, it was like being at the Banks and going down to the Seaport and Water Street and everywhere, and we were like, this is the shit.
There was the Ryan Hickey's house,
Yeah.
which is the home for every skateboarder that didn't have a home.
So actually, I was in SF till like '96 around, and then I was like, SF was getting this like police force, and it just started to really suck there. Like it was like you couldn't skate anymore in what we were talking about earlier, like all the downtown area. And I was kind of bummed on SF, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to New York and try it out. So I moved back. I don't even know where I was, but I ended up getting a room at Hickey's house, and it was like above Ryan's room in the top story, and you know, I think Jamie's story was up there, and it was cool. It was like a super fun place to chill out. But like, I'd go away, my fucking boxes would go disappearing, my telephone. I had a telephone because I had a telephone line in my room, and I had to fucking deadbolt my door because people were just borrowing shit, taking shit, whatever you want to call it. They fucking jacked my telephone line and were making calls on that. I mean, this is like almost right as cell phones were coming in. Well, they used to be growing. So basically, it was like the kitchen, and there was this like little hallway, and they were growing weed right there on the edge of my room. So I think they could have just gone through that room. I mean, whatever. It's funny as hell. It's just fucking.
It was hilarious.
It's growing up shit, and you know, that's what it is. It's funny. I did move out. But I mean, I was with Ann at the time, and Ann was my chick was staying with me there, and she was like, this is fucking nasty. And I think like some of her shit started going missing. I was like, all right, let's move. We got an apartment.
Being back in New York, are there any places that you want to like go back to and check out?
I mean, there's so many places. I don't really like make a point to go to so many places. I feel like just being in New York, there's so much energy, and like I would always go to the banks if the banks were skatable.
I wish.
that would be definitely like my, you know, even if I wasn't skating, I'd go down there and like watch kids skate because it's so amazing. But it's more about seeing your friends and your family here more than anything. So, and now I'll come to the store all the time.